Hi everybody, how are you doing? It's Jody and I'm excited about today's video because this is the kind of video that I remember searching for back when I was first getting interested in the ukulele and thinking about purchasing an upgrade for my ukulele. I was really curious as far as the difference in prices for ukuleles, so I thought it would be fun to compare a $50 ukulele with a $500 ukulele. So that's what we're going to do right now. I don't want to overlap too much. I am working on another video that is going to be all about high-end ukuleles and why are they so expensive and what are you paying for? How does that translate to sound? Is it worth it? So if you have any questions on expensive ukuleles, put them in the comments. That video is coming soon. But this one is more of a direct comparison. So today we have our Kmise ukulele. This one may look familiar to you. I just gave this away on my channel yesterday. So I need to get this video in so I can ship this off to its new owner. But it's a Kmise concert ukulele. It doesn't have a model number. I paid about $50 on eBay. However, if you purchase it off of Amazon, which I recommend because the shipping was a little dicey, but if you purchase it off of Amazon, it's about $65. And I'll put that link to that in the description if you're interested. And then this one came from Mims Ukes and it was $561, which is pretty much the price I've seen everywhere for this new. This is a Ko'Aloha Opio concert size solid spruce top. So depending on how much you end up paying for that one, this one is 9 or 10 times more expensive. So we're going to dive in and take a look at these differences and see what you think. So that I've already mentioned, they both have a solid spruce top, which is actually pretty amazing at this price point for it to have solid wood. But it does, which is pretty cool. Looking at the tops, I'll hold them closer. The Kmise, it's kind of two different colors. You can see where it's matched up. Not a big deal in functionality or sound, but some people may not like that. And then this one, there's a little bit more grain to it. It looks different and certainly all one color. You cannot even see where it's matched up. While we're on the bodies, this one has a solid acacia back and sides. This one has a laminate back. I think it was laminate rosewood back and side. And that's significant because solid wood is going to vibrate as one piece. It's going to be more resonant, provided that it's thin. And resonant or laminate wood is essentially plywood with a fancy veneer. And if you've ever looked at plywood, it's a bunch of little pieces of wood all smashed together. So those could all vibrate slightly differently and it's not going to be as resonant. Speaking of the thickness of the solid wood, when I look at it from the side of the sound hole, this one also has a thinner wood. And if I just thump on it like that, can you hear that difference? So this one is more resonant. Another part of that could be the bracing system. On the inside, this one has a patented bracing system that's very minimal as far as how bulky it is, so it allows for the whole body to resonate. This one, the bracing system is a little bit bulkier, and this one has the curling all on the inside. This one doesn't need that with the kind of bracing system this one has. This one, obviously, the body is more ornate. It's got abalone purfling and rosette, and it's got ABS binding on the top and back, which is all very pretty. This one does not have any of that, but it does have this carved Ko'Aloha name in the bridge, which I think is really pretty, and it's got this nice shape at the bottom of the fretboard, and of course the cool Masubi sound hole. This one, I don't remember what kind of wood the bridge is made out of. This one they claim is rosewood. I don't know. They also claim that the saddle and nut are bone, and they're not. They're plastic. And here the saddle and the nut are tusk, T-U-S-Q, not ivory tusks. It's a synthetic material that has been engineered to be more resonant than bone. Um, so let's see. Is that it for the body? Okay, so the neck. This is another important one. This neck is made out of one piece of wood. Same concept, that one piece of wood can all vibrate together and be more resonant. This is made out of 3 pieces of wood. There's a joint here and a joint up here. I do like that the joints aren't super obvious, so that's nice. This one came with strap buttons, which is a nice little touch. This one, I had them installed. This one has friction tuners, and they're premium, wonderful tuners. These have open geared tuners, but they also are very functional, and I haven't had any issues with them. I really only notice tuners when they're bad, and these tuners are fine, and both sets get the job done. This has the slotted headstock, which is pretty cool, and I think makes it look even more expensive and elegant, which I really like. And it is still balanced. Sometimes slotted headstocks can make it like heavy on the neck. It's very balanced, which is really nice. While we're up there though, you can start to see this one has a few blemishes. If you see that in the finish at the top of the headstock, there's a little blemish also under the K in the logo, and there is one right here on the neck, right there. So there's a couple little blemishes on this one, and I feel like that is one of the biggest differences. And when you're getting high up there in price, the quality control is going to be much better, and it's going to be much more consistent. The lower priced ukuleles, you're not going to have as much meticulous craftsmanship because they're kind of cranking them out, and certainly not as high of quality control either. So that doesn't mean they're all going to be bad, but it means you do run that risk, and there could be some little blemishes. But again, if you buy it off of Amazon, Amazon's really good with returns. So there's that. What else can I say about these? They both, interestingly enough, have wood inlays, which are not that common, but these both have wood inlays, which I like. This one has a whale and starfish, which I don't like, but that's okay. Some people will. This one is set up perfectly. The action is very low, and the intonation is darn near perfect. This one, the action could be lowered a tiny bit, but it's still very playable, and the intonation is very good as well. So that, I think, is all the specs. Let's take a listen and hear what these two sound like back to back. I'm going to get my little fuzzy microphone so you can hear it the best possible. So stay tuned. All right, so that's what they both sound like. And I'd really love to hear your thoughts on your opinion on how they sound. I will give you mine right now. I think they both sound good. I will say that. This one, I forgot to mention before the sound sample, they both have fluorocarbon strings on. This one comes with Ko'Aloha fluorocarbon strings. This one comes with Aquila strings, which I switched out for Worth Clear fluorocarbon. And I have a sound sample if you'd like to hear those two strings back to back in a separate video. But now they both have fluorocarbon strings, and I think they both sound really good. However, I do prefer this sound. I think this one is definitely more resonant, has more sustain, is louder. But also, when I listen to sound, I kind of imagine the depth of it. And with a lot of laminate instruments, what you hear in the first couple seconds of listening to it is pretty much all you're going to hear. Whereas there's other instruments, like especially the solid wood instruments, that have more complexity to the sound. So it's like you start listening and you think that's nice, and then you listen some more and you notice some undertones and you notice other little qualities of the sound. And so I feel like this one has more complexity of sound, more depth to it. It's a fuller sound as well. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Could you hear it? I'm working on developing my ear. The more you listen and actively listen, the more you notice things. I'm curious, could you hear the difference? What did you think? And for the price, what do you think? I think that this ukulele right here is a phenomenal deal for the price. I think it sounds really good, and it's very it's good intonation, and it's set up decently, and I think you could play this for a very long time without outgrowing it. So I do like that one. However, I've had both of these in my music room. Guess which one I pick up 10 times out of 10? It's this one. I played this one because I mean, when you say I want to play a concert spruce, this is the one I pick. Part of that is playability, and this is a really abstract thing. It's hard for me to describe because it's more than just the action, because you can have the action lowered on any instrument. It's more than just low action. It's a big part of it is the responsiveness. That means I don't have to work super hard to get more out of this one. It almost plays itself, and it's a joy to play. And I think that is the big difference between high-end ukuleles and low-end ukuleles, is how they feel in your hands. And that's very hard to describe to you on a video, but I'm going to try even more in my next video that's all about expensive ukuleles. But yeah, this one is easier to play and more responsive, more resonant, louder, fuller. But do you guys think that warrants it being 10 times more expensive? I'd really like to hear what you think. Obviously, not everyone has $500 to throw around on a ukulele. And if you don't, I do recommend this one. I recommend this one and my Enya concert ukulele that also has a solid top, a solid mahogany top. Both of those I think are great entry-level ukuleles that work just really well. So, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great day. I hope you play your uke today. And Javarez, this one's headed your way, and you are going to have so much fun. I have no doubt at all that you are going to enjoy this ukulele for years and years to come. So I'm very excited for you. And if you did not win, don't worry. I'm going to be giving away another ukulele soon. I like doing it. I gave away 4 in my first year on this channel, and I already know which one's coming next. So stay tuned for that, guys. Have a great day. Goodbye.